We have a special delegation from the SAARC Human Resource Development Center in Pakistan. Here we have with us the director of the SAARC Human Resource Development Center, Dr. Muhammad Aslam Khan, and there will be two officers from the NI participating in this discussion, Mr. H.M. Gundandamanda, the Assistant Director General of the Education for All, Faculty of Education for All, and also Mr. Kirti Ratna, who is in charge of technical education, the Director of Technical Education to participate in this discussion. So we are very happy to receive and welcome Dr. Aslam Khan, who is the Director of Human Resource Development Center at Pakistan. So I would like to first ask a question from Dr. Aslam Khan. What is this SHRDCO, SAARC Human Resource Development Center? What are the purposes, functions or objectives of this center, and also the purpose of the visit of this delegation to Sri Lanka at this moment? Dr. Aslam Khan.
Thank you, Professor. The SAARC Human Resource Development Center is a regional center of the SAARC system, and it is in Islamabad, Pakistan. The center was established in 1998 and became functional in 2003. The main purpose of establishing the SAARC Human Resource Development Center is to create knowledge and skills to become competitive in the global environment, develop human resources and human capital to ultimately lead towards creating and supporting the knowledge economies in the SAARC South Asian region. The purpose, as I said, is to develop knowledge and skills. The objective, therefore, are to collate and collect and interact with the institutions and personals and experts in the SAARC region, and to develop databases, undertake research studies, training and workshop symposiums, and develop best practices, document best practices and databases. The SAARC Human Resource Development Center in the last 5 years has progressed in different dimensions, and it has taken training courses on core issues faced by the South Asian region. This includes poverty reduction, human resource development, governance, unemployment, rural development, and those areas which are covered under the Millennium Development Goals and SAARC Development Goals, and in the action plan of the social charter of the SAARC member states adopted in the 12th summit held in Islamabad. The main purpose of our coming here is to learn from the best practices of the institutions working on HRD, like National Institute of Education in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is one of the member states of the SAARC system who is progressing very well on human resource development indicators. The literacy rate is very high. The gross enrollment and the net enrollment at the primary level and secondary level are the highest in the region. The vocational education, vocational training facilities are developing, and they are the best, and we are told that they are progressing, and these will be the role model for the other SAARC member states. The economy of the South Sri Lanka is progressing as well, and despite the problem the first is in, where we are feeling the effects of the recession in the global markets, but the Sri Lanka is immune and it's progressing. The unemployment rate is down, the poverty rate is coming down, and then the achievement on economic fronts in various areas like investment, attracting foreign direct investment is improving. So it's a model for us on both on economic issues and social development. So our purpose here is to learn not only from the experts but also from the institutions, and so far this experience is very good.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, from your description, I understand that you have a very broad objective of developing human resources. Now, as an institute which is primarily involved in educational work, preparation of curricula and other learning materials, I would like to ask a simple question from you. How would you relate these human resource development activities to education? What is the place you have for education in your human resource development, where we are very much interested of educational activities because we are an Institute of National Education. So therefore, I would like to know something about you from you, how you relate your activities to education in the region.
It's a very important question. What we have seen, the development of the nations, it has been empirically tested that unless you develop your human capital, your development will not be sustainable. This has been documented in the East Asian countries, this has been documented in the OECD developed countries and elsewhere. So education is the prime source to develop human capital. Unless we develop human capital which is relevant, which can adopt the modern technologies, which can transform the system from a low income countries to medium income countries to the higher income countries, is through the adopting the modern technologies. And the education provides this human capital, develop this human capital to adopt new technologies. Without education, this will not be possible in my point of view, because one of the problem which the South Asian countries are facing is the low level education, irrelevant education, the quality is very poor, and the low level of skills. As a result, the productivity per person or per worker is very low. We are not utilizing our resources fully because we are not knowledgeable, we are not properly trained, our skills are lacking. So that is one of the area where education, a center, an institute like National Institute of Education is become very, very relevant in this environment. We can develop our manpower in a fashion, in a way that they are competitive, not in the South Asian region, not in Sri Lanka alone, but elsewhere, and they will be integrated properly with the global village.
Thank you. I am pleased to hear from you that Sri Lanka is a little higher in standards among the other countries in the region in education. And I like to now ask a simple question from Mr. Gunaratna Banda, who is the Assistant Director General of the Faculty of Education for All. He has participated in many activities, seminars, workshops organized by the SHRDC in Pakistan. So can you please explain what is the benefit you had, what are the gains you have achieved from participating in these activities at the SHRDC?
The National Institute of Education in Sri Lanka as a focal point of the SAARC Human Resource Development Center, I had a chance to attend 2 governing boards meeting which was held in Islamabad, Pakistan. So the SHRDC governing board could be regarded as a main policy making body of the SHRDC. So with the participation of other SAARC member countries and the experts in their particular subject fields, discussed the ways and means to be adopted and formulated for the forthcoming years. So in that 10th SAARC governing board meeting, we have taken a decision to come to Sri Lanka and Maldives and see how things are going on in the field of education, particularly in training activities. So that with the invitation of that SAARC Secretariat and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they have visited to our country to ascertain the present training activities, particularly technical, vocational and education system. As our Director General mentioned, so I gain a lot from attending these SAARC Governing Board meetings, and we can collaborate with the SHRDC for our training purposes. My intention is to link and establish linkages and collaborative mechanism in order to develop our human resource capabilities, especially in the field of education, and we are going to formulate very good programs and proposals to be submitted to the SHRDC based on our